Well, guys, today was a sad day. Well, actually, it was yesterday. Yesterday and today. Every day's a sad day now in FIFA at this point. But yesterday, I think, solidified the thing we were all thinking could happen. This is the worst team of the season in FIFA history. And I don't even want to be like over dramatic about it, because there are creators you'll find everywhere that just want to be over dramatic for the sake of it, and it works, right? But no, I genuinely think there's no contest. This is the worst team of the season we've ever seen. And I'm kind of stunned how bad it actually has gotten. And we'll discuss all that here in a sec. There are some good things in here that we'll go and talk about, but it's mostly negative today. So I'm going to warn you right now, if you're not into that, it's going to be a negative filled video today. Because I gotta just talk to you guys about what the fuck we are seeing here. We got that to talk about, and we've also got like an evolution leak that looks pretty good. If you guys would like to buy coins, you can go to mmoxp.com. There will be a link in the description down below. They are the cheapest and the safest option. You can use my code JFC at checkout for an 8% discount. A lot of like random bits of information today to talk about, and obviously the very first thing here is the content. And first of all, I want to say thank you all for joining and being here today. I obviously greatly appreciate every single one of you. Now, okay, can we talk about the 82x20 upgrade V1 and upgrade V2? Because this solidified to me that the menu grind is over. And I don't mean like that it's impossible to do, right? Because obviously these are repeatable. You see an 82x20 repeatable. The menu grind still exists. However, none of it is replenishable. You cannot open an 82x20 and expect more than 185 in it. You need 585s exactly. You need 486s exactly for the V1, or the V2. You are going to need two 90s, two 89s, an 88, and an 87. I want you to go right now and open 5 82x20s and see how many 90 rated players plus you get. If it's one or more, you got lucky. These 82x20s are horrendous. These are just simply put not replenishable. There's an 82x20 grind that we have right now that EA somehow thought was a good idea. Well, it was a good idea to them because now their fodder prices have risen. It's more incentivizing to open packs to get coins, which makes total sense if you want to, say 500k season pass just comes out. A lot of the evos right now are crazy expensive. People want to make coins right now. They want to make fodder rise, so you can do that through tradable store packs. But this SBC, the fact that they released it like this basically confirms to me. I saw Nick 2018 talk about this, who's like, he's always been in the menus for a decade now. He's like one of the biggest menu grinders. This pretty much confirms that they either don't know how to make a sufficient menu grind, or they don't give a fuck about doing it anymore, and it's all about going to the store. And the second option there, I think, is exactly what is happening here. This is not sustainable. They drop it for 3 days thinking, I'm sure it's going to be awesome. People will love this. It's honestly damning on how it's over. Like, the menu grind is over. I think they have chucked it. I think next year it's going to be even worse. I don't know how it gets better. And other content, like, I was a fan of KDB. Some people weren't a fan of this card. I actually think it's still a great card. 4 playstyle pluses, not 5-star, but he still looks pretty great. Thomas Muller came out. I think he looks awesome. A lot of great in-game stats there. A lot of really good playstyles. He's also not 5-5, but I was more of a fan of these cards than some people were. But I think, to me, this 82x20 is one of the most disappointing things I've seen all year, because I think this was in their head okay, they loved it during Team of the Year, even though it had its ramifications that changed the course of this year. We still loved it at the time because we could actually pack Team of the Year cards, or at least have the best chance to pack a Team of the Year card, because the pack weight was so bad for this year. So I'm assuming they released this again thinking that we were going to love this and like enjoy this. But I mean, it doesn't take Einstein to see what they're doing here and also see that it's basically over. It is finito. It is donezo. The menu grind is donezo for this year. They don't give a shit about it anymore. And that's what's so sad to see, because, for example, this TOTS Champions Heritage pick, like, this is just good stuff, right? Yes, you're probably not gonna be able to win 13 games to get the last player pick, but just bonus player picks for the last ultimate team of the season, like, that's just nice, right? Nice to see that. Yes, you're probably not gonna be great, but at least it's just bonus stuff added on, right? So you can't really complain about this too much. But the problem is that we actually get good things and objectives now, and the best content is kind of evolutions, and that's because it's directly tied to the money they make. And I still think the SBC grind does tie to that, but they don't think it does. But evolutions, obviously, you have to pay coins or straight up FIFA points to go and buy them. The objectives, you want to make a better team to, get the win 13 13 by chance. People might think that, oh, if I'm able to afford a team in the season Messi, I can get the 13 wins. You know, all those gameplay objectives and all that stuff is an incentive to go and buy more store packs. That's where this is all leading to now. It's just evolutions and good objectives. So the SBCs are just done with, I guess. And we're not even talking about the player SBCs, right? The player SBCs too, we haven't seen those be good in a while since we had a gap between Hullet and KDB of about 8 weeks. So is that just a bad run of content, or is it just the future of FC where SBCs are going to be worse because it, I guess, is easier to get fodder now than it used to be because of SBC storage, and they don't want good SBCs really, or at least ones that are as good as, you know, we had seen in the past. Now, one thing I want to say here about this new Evo that came out today was just a gimmick. That CDM Evo where you can give a player a CDM position, you can then do that and then put him in this, by the way. So there are cards you can look for that fit in this evolution that will fit after you apply the CDM position to and then make that card better. I saw one that we can look at right now. This Fermin card right here, you can put him in the CDM and then make him into this Evo. So it's just more examples of that. If you guys want to go and look through some cards, there are more examples of this. So just speaking of content at the time, I wanted to remind you guys of that really quickly. And the reason that the 82 by 20 is just not replenishable at all is because the pack weight is just terrible. Like, you are not going to be able to get enough stuff to be even halfway to doing another 82 by 20 when you open one. Unique Riggers has sent 20 82 by 20s. Most have one walkout, some none. They're so bad compared to before. My best is an 89, no team of the seasons in 20 of them. 20 82 by 20s, 89 rated is your best pull, no team of the seasons. And I know some people don't really care to hang out in the menus as much, and that's totally fine. Like, this is just kind of like a menu grind person's qualms about what this year has been. And Nick 2018's like, the 82 by 20 requirements prove EA and their employees hate anyone who grinds the menus. Ultimate TOTS has been on for 24 minutes and it's already dead. And I was more so sad more than anything when I saw the requirements. I'm like, oh, if the pack weight isn't dramatically increased to the point where it's a completely unrecognizable pack, this sucks. And it is exactly right. It ended up sucking. So I don't know, man. Maybe I'm not seeing some of the bright sides of this stuff, but honestly, I don't know what to say really, other than I'm honestly, more than anything, I'm stunned at just how bad it's been. Like, it's shocking to me how bad it's been. And if it's been the same for you guys, and obviously I want to hear your guys' opinions too, but I'm more so sad. I think I'm more sad than I'm upset at this point. I can't believe what this team of the season was, considering they were on a really good track for a couple months there. And then they just said, okay, we got the numbers back. We don't give a shit, and we're going to focus on FC 26. I don't know. I don't know what else to say, I guess, at this point. And we're going to get to more leaks and news and stuff here in a sec, but this is the problem too then with this other piece of content, is that evolutions right now are so damn expensive. This Clara Mateo card with 4 playstyle pluses is 40,000 coins. How are you dropping 150k paid Evo that has 3 playstyle pluses when Clara Mateo is 40k? That just, it doesn't work like that. You can't have that both ways. Now, yes, you can maybe argue that it's just you're paying for basically getting to upgrade whatever player you want to upgrade, right? You can make that argument, but if that is the argument you make, I would argue that that's kind of shit. If evolutions are not tied to kind of like market prices, then they're wildly overvalued. And then you add all of this into the fact that Clara Mateo is a card that try and pack her right now in 82 by 20s. You're not going to be able to. And if you manage to pack her, or a card like, say, it's 96 plus rated, right? That's 40,000 coins. It's going to take you so many 82 20s to pack one of these cards, and you pack it, and it's 40k. They have the pack weight and the Evo system acting as if the market is super duper expensive when it's cheap as balls, which isn't even a bad thing, but you can't have both ways there. You can't have no pack weight at all. Also, the market is insanely cheap with expensive Evos. It's all backwards. That's the issue with content right now, and that's why I'm just sad about it. I'm just like, there's no point for me right now to go on and grind this game when there should absolutely be. Honestly, I love summer FIFA more than like most parts of the year. FIFA 23, I spend so much goddamn time in the summer grinding FIFA out. I'm not going to spend time doing that this year. I'm just not going to, because it's just not worth it. Can you imagine trying to pack this Tanaka card in the 82 by 20s, or let's just say this Isaac card in the 82 by 20s? Your odds are so insanely low, and they'll be 150k on the market, which you could literally spam these packs for 6 hours a day for the next 2 days and not see either one of these guys, and they're 150k anyway. So yes, there's good things about that, right? Market being cheap isn't even like all a bad thing, right? I saw this tweet here, by the way, from Nick, where he's talking about his ultimate TOTS rewards here from FIFA and 19. And there are some good things about this, the market being cheap, right? I don't want to sit here and say there's nothing good about any of this, but it's all backwards. And it's also just going to a very worrying point for next year's game for me, because I thought we would see some improvements over the course of the menu grind this year. And it's just been the exact opposite of that, apart from 3 days during Team of the Year, where they honestly debatably made it too good, which just shows you I don't think they fully grasp or know exactly how to make it good without making it too good. Maybe there's no way. I don't know. Maybe there's just no way. But to me, I think that it's a ridiculous end to this Team of the Season, and the shitification is undoubtedly, it's happened. What do you guys think? I mean, I'm just sad. I'm sitting here ranting because I'm sad. But okay, so let's move on to some leaks and news now. I'm sorry if you were tired of me complaining and stuff like that. I'm sure we'll talk about this in like maybe the comments video next week or something like that. But let me know your thoughts. Okay, we have this new max 92 right wing evo coming soon. The evolution is good, says FUT Police Leaks. Finesse plus, rapid plus, and low driven plus. Stats boost, 5-star skills, max 3 positions on this one, 10 playstyles, 3 playstyle pluses. But I have learned that when FUT Police Leaks says the evo is going to be good, it just means that it might just be good and not like great, which I know is kind of obvious, but sometimes you think of this and think great, and I think it just means that it's going to be at least good. And pretty much everybody in the replies down here, FUT Police League said yes to. So he says, yes, most of the players are going to fit. Just keep in mind of the max 3 positions there. And he does reply to this comment, which the comment makes a good point. Like, at this point, don't evo anyone unless you're doing a thematic team. Most are overpriced and the boosts are not good enough like leakers make them to look like. And FUT Police League says, you will complete this evo unless your right wing is crazy good. So take that for whatever you will. But yeah, at this point, just try and have as most fun as you can, because you're gonna have to make your own fun here, which you kind of always do technically in any game, but it's a lot easier in some games because they help you out. In this game, it's like you need to make your own fun. So hopefully you can do that. And FUT Agent does confirm once again here, 93 overall evos are close. So we talked about that a lot in our last video, but make sure you guys go and look at 93s that you might want to buy, because he doubles down on the fact that they are very close here. And okay, next up here, some FC26 licensing stuff. So it looks like Napoli will be fully licensed next year in the game, and also their stadium will be in the game apparently. That's where the rumor has been for like a couple months now, and it was confirmed once again today. The same source claims EA made a 4-year deal with the municipality that owns the stadium. I was also seeing that, not from this fan page account here, but I couldn't find the tweet, but it's pretty much confirmed that Liga MX like is going to be in next year's game. It's been heavily rumored. I think it's now pretty much guaranteed that it's going to be in next year's game. So in Ultimate Team, we will be back with some Mexican League players. I think Sergio Ramos still plays there. Did he retire this summer? Please someone tell me. There's some players in there that are kind of interesting. And also, guys, you probably saw this already, but they changed a lot of Team of the Season dynamics to have like trophies in them. Like, so Mo Salah for the Premier League winning, right? He's got a new trophy dynamic. I saw Harry Kane has one. I want to say like 20 players got new dynamics. And I mean, it's awesome. It looks cool. It looks really cool. But is this me reading too much into this? Okay, you guys tell me. But it feels like, they work on this stuff because it is some sort of a ploy to make you want the card more, which probably makes you want to open the packs more from the store. Maybe is that why, or is it simply just a little cool feature that they wanted to add in there? What do you guys think? Because it feels like that's like attention to detail almost. Like, they could have kept it the exact same and no one would have complained at all, but now they add these in for a lot of cards actually, and it's a cool addition. But it's like, what made them prioritize that over some other things, right? So maybe that's just nothing at all, or do you think it is some sort of like psychological thing that makes you want the card more or something like that? But go check these out. There was a lot of changes to dynamic images on Team of the Season cards. Yeah, I think that's kind of all of the news and stuff like that right now. And hey, if you guys bought some fodder, there was some profits, just a little bit, like 1,000, maybe like 1,200 on 85s, or maybe you happen to buy a Harry Kane or two, you made 10k on that one. But other than that, KDB's up like a couple thousand. But that's that. I think these guys will go higher. Seeing what EA are doing here, they need fodder prices to rise. Clearly they think they do. So I mean, if you're interested in investing still, I'm sure like the ones that are Discord, it's a matter of time until they rise. They're going to rise at some point, just might take a while. But yeah, EA have showed their hand where they definitely think they need this stuff to go up. So I think it will. It's just hard to know when. But okay, let's read some of your comments now. We have got the Royal Noob, who says, whenever you say all the fodder we have saved up, I think to myself, who's we? I've been degenning encore picks all week. I ain't got shit. My club drops from gold VVD to a non-rare 81. This is the thing, is that if you hadn't been grinding those out for no reason, you'd have a lot of fodder saved up. But EA has been hoping that you would get bored, basically, of having so much shit in your club that you would start to spend it. Because what do you guys think is the point where you have so much saved up, you start spending it? It's like a few weeks, probably, that you have so much in there that you're like, fuck it, I'm just gonna start doing some shit. I can't wait anymore. And I saw this comment a lot being like, I use up all my fodder. I use it on the icon picks or on the encore player picks, the 1 of 15 ones, right? So I think that was that a strategy, or is that just kind of like the side effect of the content being bad? I'm not sure. But in a lot of comments as well, we're talking about the gameplay stuff, how Ash Wall's like, you know, since the update, it feels like it's even worse. Passing is quicker, but the gameplay feels weird. My players feel like they're turning like I'm playing Crash Bandicoot on PS1. I mean, it's tough to say because I didn't think the gameplay was good prior to the patch, so is it that much different? I don't really know. I do think passing does feel maybe slightly like faster, like you talked about, but I didn't like it before and I don't like it after, so I'm not sure if it was the update or not. Maybe it was for some people. It's so inconsistent that it's hard to pinpoint exactly what the problem is for most people. We got Raquel May. The leaks have become ridiculous and significantly detract from the game, in my opinion. They aren't a problem for EA, though, and it's probably part of their strategy. The leaks deliver the hype ahead of time. Now, this is always one of those things that I like kind of agree with and kind of don't, because in my head, I think that would it not be more exciting to have you log on to see what the content is every day? Because that's more numbers for EA, right? Because if, say, someone watches the leak videos or someone goes on Twitter and looks at the leaks and stuff like that, and they see it's not very good, right? They might not hop on that day because they know the content won't be very good, right? So I've always kind of been like, is that true? Because maybe when the leaks are good, it delivers more hype, I guess, for like what's coming out. Maybe more players come on when they know good content is coming. Like that trade-off is worth it. But I feel like when they know content isn't good, which is most days, because it can't be great every day. I feel like they maybe are losing some players that way if they know that there's no point in hopping on because the content, like the leaks, there's nothing in leaks right now. But I don't know. I mean, clearly EA think that it is the best strategy because they wouldn't exist, I don't think, if they did think that it was a bad strategy to create hype. I think they could find ways to not have everything be leaked prior to it coming out if they really thought it was like detrimental. So EA must think that it is worth it. I just wonder myself, like in the back of my head, I'm like, is it though? Because wouldn't it just be cool to hop on a content and then any random Wednesday or Thursday, something big could come out? Whereas like, you know, now on a Wednesday or Thursday, if there's no leaks, nothing's coming out. You know, don't even log in. But yeah, do you guys agree? Is it the worst team of the season we've ever seen? If you don't agree, please tell me in the comments why. I'd love to hear about it. And if you agree that it is the worst, and I'm sorry that we had to go through this together. At least we're in this together, right, guys? Thank you all for watching. Love you all. Peace.